Hi, welcome to Instructor Live. My name is Sam, and today we're going to be doing chair Pilates. This is for anybody who struggles to get down for the mat work-based Pilates. So this is ideal for you if you've got any injuries and you struggle to get down to the floor. You want a chair that's got a nice flat, hard back and a flat, hard surface to sit on. If you've got armrests, that's great too, but don't worry, they're not essential for this class. So let's start in a nice standing position. You want the back of your chair to use for a little bit of support. We're going to do a little bit of balance and a little bit of leg work in standing. Okay, so let's start with our feet in parallel, hip distance apart. Let go of the chair for now, and we're going to roll through the shoulders. Get them nicely warmed up, and then we're going to take that into an elbow circle. Hands on the shoulders, circling around. Breathing in and breathing out. Get that lovely flow through the shoulder joint. And then we're going to go into an arm circle. Big breath in and big breath out. Nice round circles. Open up the shoulders, especially if you tend to slouch a lot. And then we're going to reach the arms back down to our sides. If you want, you can use the hand on the chair for support. Otherwise, big breath in, hand reaches to the ceiling. Bend your knees slightly and just do a lovely little side bend. Open up the side of the body and then lengthening up and standing tall again. Big breath in, reach up, and then big breath out, side bending over. And then coming back up into standing. You're going to now cross your elbows and bring your hands together. If you can't reach the hands, that's fine. I'll give you the side version. You're going to drop the shoulders from the ears as the hands reach up to the ceiling. Big breath in, feeling a lovely stretch between the shoulder blades. And then lift the arms, circle them around, cross them the other way. Shoulders down, hands reach up to the ceiling, big breath in, and then circling the arms back around. Now, let's go and work a little bit into those legs, okay? We'll start with the calves, very important for your balance, for fall prevention, and for ankle stability. So we're going to spread the toes nice and wide, lift up onto the toes, and then release back down. Let's do another 10 like that. Breathing out to lift onto the toes, and then breathing in to release back. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. I want you to feel what's happening in your feet. You want to have the ball of your foot touching the mat. You should start to feel it in those calves quite nicely, and then release back down. Give the legs a bit of a shake if you need to. Now we're going to turn our feet out. Lovely little ballerina pose, okay? If you want to do the ballerina hands, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, heels together, and you want to push your pelvis forward. So you're opening up the hips and connecting into those glutes. Very important for the stability of the pelvis and the lower back. Lifting up onto the toes again and release back down. Breathing out and breathing in. Using the chair for support if you need it. If you want to challenge the balance a little bit, let go of the chair. I'll leave it up to you. You know your body better than I do. And another 4 more. 1. Should feel it a little bit in those thighs as well as those calves, and hopefully in the glutes too. Last 1, and release back down. Give the legs a good little shake there. Okay, right. Now we're going to go a little bit more into the thighs. So we're going to open our legs quite wide, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And again, use your hand for support. If you know you've got better balance and don't need it, that's fine. You can do all of these without holding onto the chair. So turn your feet out, and you're going to push down into the knees. So you're just bending the knees. Don't have to go too low, just enough to feel those thighs switch on. Then you're going to do what we call a pelvic tilt. So it's a little tilt of the pelvis and then a release. I'll show you the side version. Again, you could even do this holding onto the back of the chair. You're going to bend the legs, and then you're going to tuck your tailbone down to the floor and then bring the belly button into the spine and then releasing back. So you're sitting, you're getting those thighs working, and then you're going to use your glutes, which are your bottom muscles, and then releasing back. So we're doing little pelvic tilt, working into those lower abs a little bit, breathing out to tilt, breathing in to release. Let's do 4 more like that. And 1. Release. Try keep the shoulders relaxed and release. Another 2 more. 1. And 2, hold it there, sink down a little bit lower, hold on to your chair, or if you've got a wall in front of you, you can try that as well. Hold it there, you should feel those thighs starting to burn a little bit. And then slowly coming up and give those legs a good little shake up. Let's stretch out the fronts of the thighs. So we're going to, again, use the chair for support if you need it, and knees together. Squeezing that heel towards your bum cheek and then pushing your pelvis forward a little bit just to deepen the stretch. Step 1 foot forward of the body. You're going to push the pelvis backwards, resting the hands onto the thigh. So you can let go of the chair, rest it onto the thigh so you're nice and supported in that stretch. And then slowly coming back up. Okay, we're going to do the other side. I don't want to turn my back to you, so I'm going to just do the same side again. But you can turn your back or whatever works best for you. If you can do it standing without holding on for support, that's fine. Then stay facing me and grab the other leg. Breathing into the stretch. And then again, stepping that foot forward and then going into a lovely hamstring stretch. You might even feel it in the calves too. And then coming back up. Right, okay. Now you're going to grab the back of your chair, okay? You're going to open your legs to about parallel or a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Now, we're going to do kind of a squat, okay? And I want you to really think about how you're protecting your back when doing this movement. You don't want to kind of slither and rest all your weight down and it all falls into the knees. You want to really push your bottom backwards, keeping a flat back as you do it. So big breath in, holding onto the chair for support. And again, never go below your knee joint, okay? We don't want to aggravate the knee, so if you can only go down 1 centimeter, that's fine too, but go as low as you feel comfortable. So big breath in to prepare. We're going to bend the knees, we're going to push the bottom backwards, and we're going to use the chair for support and then help to push us back up. So we're going to breathe in to bend, breathe out to push back up, using the chair for support and for stability. If you feel you want a bit of a challenge and you don't need the chair for this, you can do it with the hands up to shoulder height and doing this version instead. Let's do another 5 like that. Very good for those legs, very good for those glutes. Breathing in and breathing out. When you go down, draw your abs into the spine. And I want you to really focus on the alignment of the legs. Don't let them go wonky out to the sides. As you bend, they go over the big toe and the second toe. Come back up, 2 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one, coming up, and give those legs a good little shake. Okay, right, so let's now turn our chair and we're going to plonk it over here to face you. Hopefully I'm symmetrical in the middle. Okay, and then coming to sit down on your chair. Now we're going to do a little bit of a stretch for the legs and glutes, okay? So if you have armrests, these are quite useful. If you don't, just hold on to the side of your chair. But we're going to lift, and you can lean back to do this, and get your ankle on your knee. So for those of you who sit at a desk for long periods of time or travel quite a bit, this is a really good stretch for you to do at your desk or even when on the flight, as long as you're not whacking the other passengers. But you're going to come into this position. Hand onto the knee, hand onto the ankle, and then you're going to lean forward. So you're getting a lovely stretch through that bent and lifted leg. Breathing into the stretch. sighing down a little bit further, and then slowly coming back up. And other side. Lift up, lean back to get your leg up. You might not have the flexibility yet, but do what you can for now. Lift up through the chest. You might already feel the stretch, in which case just hold it like that. Otherwise, leaning forward into the stretch. Really good for loosening up the legs and the glutes. And then slowly coming back up and lengthening tall. Let's place that leg down onto the mat. Come onto the edge of your chair. We're going to open the legs nice and wide. Okay? So you're making sure that you've got the support, you've got a bit of the thighs on the actual chair, but you're quite close to the edge. Now we're going to do a real nice, it's kind of like a sitting spine stretch, like the roll down if you've done Pilates before. So we're going to do a slightly different version, okay? I'll give you the side version and the front version. Hands come onto the knees. We're going to keep a straight spine and we're going to hinge forward through the hips. So we're going forward of the body. I'm just going to actually move my chair a little bit backwards. So you've got so I've got a bit more range to work with here. So we're going to open up, big breath in, and then we're going to lean forward. Then we're going to drop the head, drop the shoulders. Then we're going to scoop up through the rib cage, rounding the spine, and then lifting up tall. So we're going down with a flat spine, and then scooping up with a curved spine, and lift up tall. And breathing in, and breathing out. How low you go depends on how much flexibility you have through your hips and spine. If you can only do small little ones, that's fine. Let's do 3 more. I'll give you the side version as well. So I'm going to just move my chair and place it down, opening out, and we're going to go forward and scoop back. Use the ribs, use the abs. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more, and lower down, scoop up. Use your hands for support. Let's do 1 more, and rounding through, and then sitting up nice and tall. Okay, now bringing one hand to the side, hand comes up to the ceiling, and we're going to do a little side bend, sliding down the leg of the chair, holding onto it for support. And then slowly coming back up. Other side, big breath in and side bending over. And then coming back up and sitting tall. Now we're going to go, and I'll turn the chair around again. It's like musical chairs for adults. Okay. Now, we're going to go into what we call the spine twist, okay, which is a Pilates exercise. I'm going to move this back a little bit because I've got slightly long legs, okay. You're going to open your legs quite wide. If you don't have much flexibility in the back of your thighs, you're more than welcome to keep the knees slightly bent. In fact, just for this purpose, we will. We're going to lift up nice and tall. You want to think about the alignment, shoulders over hips. Abs are drawing into the spine. This is really important to make sure that your spine and ribs can move in both directions. So we're going to reach the arms up to shoulder height. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Now imagine your spine is a pole and your rib cage is trying to spiral around the pole in both directions. So we're working the waistline and those oblique muscles. So abs drawing in. We're going to turn one hand down so that the thumb's down to the floor, other hand, thumb up to the ceiling. Towards the thumb down side, we're going to do a little twist. Twist and back. Turn the thumb, other side, and twist. Twist and back. So we're going to go breathe out a little bit further. Think about length through the spine, and then bring it back. And then twist a little bit further, and then bring it back. Try keep your knees as forward as possible so they're not kind of moving the whole body. We're going to add some movement onto this, but for now, keep it like that and center once more each side. Breathe out, breathing in, and center. Now, we're going to go into what we call saw. Keep those arms lifted. We want to work the arms too. So just watch me first with your arms lifted. The saw, it goes rotate. We're going to lean forward. Usually we're reaching for our toes, but this time we're just going to keep it parallel to the mat. So we're going to reach forward and then back to center. Rotate, keep that length, then lean forward and rotate and back. So coming into this position, keep those arms lifted. Rotate like the spine twist. Then we're going to saw forward. So it's as if we're sawing through a piece of wood. Going to saw forward and then bring it back up. And rotate and saw forward and then bring it back up. 2 more each side. Rotate and lengthen. Back up and rotate. Lengthen. Back up. Now, keep your arms lifted. So we're working the arms now, okay? It's amazing how heavy your own arms can be. We're going to rotate the thumbs down to the floor, then rotate the thumbs behind you without rolling the shoulders. I don't want to be seeing this kind of movement through the shoulders. You want to keep it nice little spiral or little corkscrew movements of the arms and the shoulder joints. And we're going to do another 8. Down. 7. Imagine someone's pulling the middle fingers away from each other in opposite directions, shaping the arms, really good for those awfully named bingo wings. And another 2 more. 1, 2, hold it there. Check your head's not starting to droop. 1 thumb goes back, 1 to the floor, opposite arm rotations. Going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms there. Arm circles going back for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the posture forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Speeding up. 5 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 back. 1, 2, 3. You should feel the faster it goes, the more intense you feel it through the arms. Last one. And then hold it there and release back down. Your arms should be quite nicely worked. Now let's roll through the shoulders. Just loosen up any tension there. And then roll in the other direction. Just getting that nice bit of warmth and release there. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and drop them back down. Big breath in and big breath out. Right, placing a hand, palm up underneath each thigh or bottom cheek. We're going to do a little bit of neck work. So we're going to lengthen up through the crown of the head, relax the shoulders from the ears. And we're going to do a little side bend of the neck, ear to shoulder. Breathing in, keep the chest lifted. And then we're going to turn the head so that we're trying to look underneath the armpit. Breathing into the stretch. And then slowly looking over that same shoulder as far back as you can. Try bring the opposite shoulder away towards the back of the room. And then back to center. Other side, ear to shoulder. Breathing into the stretch. Turn the head to look down underneath the armpit. And then over that same shoulder, again bring the opposite shoulder back a bit. Keep that length through the spine. And then coming back to center. Come off those hands and just circle through the wrists. Just loosening up any tension there, circling in the other direction. Then little reverse stretch, like a little praying mantis, okay? Or a weird boxing gorilla, a very tiny gorilla. And then give it a good little shake out with those hands. Now we're going to stretch and see, because often when we've got quite bad posture, when we don't have much range through the shoulders, you'll find that it gets really, really tight. So we're going to do a nice stretch for the nerve as well as some of the muscles. We're going to bring one hand out to the side, thumb to the palm of the hand, curl the fingertips over that thumb. Without rolling the whole shoulder, like we did with the arm rotations, we're going to rotate the arm, and we're going to bring the fist towards the forearm. So we're kind of flexing the fist. Keeping it there, you might already feel a lovely stretch. Otherwise, bring the arm behind you, lift it up a little bit, and look to the opposite side. Breathing in. So some people feel it more in the shoulder and neck. Some people feel it more lower down the arm or even the wrist. Depends where you tight. And then we're just going to unravel, give it a good shake over to the other side. The whole time you're keeping a nice straight posture. So thumb to the palm of the hand, curl over the thumb with the other fingers, rotate the arm, flex that fist. So bring the fist backwards and then lift the arm, bring it back and look over the opposite shoulder. Breathing into the stretch. And then unraveling and just give it a good little shake there. Okay, right. Now we're going to do some work a little bit into those glutes, okay? If you have the arm rests, this is really, really helpful, okay? Don't worry if you don't. You're just going to have to hold onto the edge of your seat, okay? I'm going to use the arm rests, okay? But what I want you to do is, and I'll give you the side version again of this. I'm getting such a pro at this movement of the chair. Okay, so again, you can hold on to the side if you like, and we're going to now, kind of using our upper body, we're going to bring the pelvis forward, okay? So I'll do it holding on the side and onto the armrest. So on the armrest, you're going to move to the edge of your seat, okay? Lift up through the chest, and you want your feet in a nice parallel alignment. Am I centered enough yet? Let's move it a little bit further back so I am a bit more centered. Okay, so you're going to lift up through the chest. Your legs are quite far forward, and then you're going to squeeze your bum cheeks together by squeezing your sitting bones and then lifting the pelvis forward, coming up, and then bringing the pelvis back down. So we're breathing out to push forward and then breathing out to release back to the edge of the seat. Okay, so if you don't have the armrest, I'll show you what we do with the side of the chair. It's the same principle, but we're just going to go a little bit further forward. So we're going to lift up and then push forward and then bring it back to the seat. Try not to, as you're going back, collapsing down and falling and slithering, okay? For obvious reasons, you want to keep the posture and the strength as well. This should also work your arms too. I'm going to, because I've got the armrest, use the armrest. Let's do another 6 like that. So we're going to squeeze the sitting bones together, draw the abs in, and then push the pelvis forward, and then bring it back down, keeping a straight spine. Breathing out, tilt the pelvis underneath you, lift it up, use those glutes, and then release back down. Let's do another 4 like that, and squeeze and lift, and then release back down, and squeeze and lift, and then release back down. As you come back down, I want you to think as if somebody's pulling your head and holding it in one position so that it kind of gives you a bit more length through the spine. Okay, now we're going to add a different movement onto this. If you find it's too much of a challenge, then just stick to the exercise we've just done. Otherwise, we're going to now add a little leg lift, okay? So big breath in to prepare. We're going to lift up, okay? So our pelvis is pushing forward, and then picking one leg up to tabletop, and then release back down. Keep that connection of those glutes. Pick the other leg up, back down, and then release back down to the mat. So it's really good, especially if you struggle getting down to the mat. It's really good for you to start learning how to get out of a chair. Use the muscles that help do that. So this is a really good class to help strengthen those muscles. Let's do another 5 each leg, okay? I'll just hold onto the edge of the seat for now, just for a little bit of variety. But you're going to lift the pelvis up, pick one leg up, lower back down, pick the other leg up, lower back down, and then sitting back down. Okay, and let's do 4 more. The chair's a bit squeaky and I'm not sure if it's interfering with the sound, so I'm going to stick to the armrest. We're going to lift the pelvis up, pick the leg up, back down. Keep your pelvis level so you're not dropping to one side as you lift one leg. Back down, keep the length through the spine as you release back. And 3 more each side. lifting up, pick one leg up, back down, pick the other leg up, back down, and then plump that bottom back down, and lift, and lower, lift, and lower, release back down. Let's do one more set. Coming up, pick the leg up, down, pick the leg up, down, and releasing back down to that mat. Okay, come off the wrists a little bit, give them a bit of a circle. If you're struggling with the wrists, okay, it's actually quite good for those of you who've got quite weak wrists, okay. That load bearing that you're doing by holding onto the chair is really good for getting that bone density a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger in the wrists. So it's quite good for those of you who've got osteoporosis to actually practice this exercise too. So let's do little wrist circles, just releasing any tension there. Okay, right, now what I want to do is I want to practice a bit of upper body work on the front of the chair. So we're going to come up. You can try doing your little pelvic thrust up, okay? And then we're going to turn around to face our chair. So you want to have the part that you sit on facing you. And then we're going to go into kind of, it's almost like a standing all fours, okay? So instead of on our knees like we're doing mat work, we're going to be holding onto the chair. Now, if you're finding you don't have much flexibility, okay, you don't want to be too close because you don't want to be hunching and straining in the back. In fact, the further away, the better, okay? So we're going to hold onto the edge of the chair, again, edge or onto the armrest, and you're going to walk your feet as far as you feel comfortable doing, okay? Holding onto your chair. And now I want you to think about your posture now. Try not to end up in this hunched over position, okay? We want to create length through the spine and ab connection into the spine. Okay, so you're in this position, your bum is pushing out, but you've got a slight little bit of connection of the glutes. So that feeling of squeezing the sitting bones, belly button drawing up off the t-shirt, shoulders should be sliding away from the ears. Then head, I don't want you collapsing down. Think about it as an extension of the spine. It's just really important, this setup. Then we're going to do basically some push-ups, okay? So don't worry about going too low. If you can only go a centimeter, that's fine. But just because you can't get down to the floor doesn't mean that you can't start to strengthen up a little bit in that upper body. So, big breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to slowly bend the elbows, going down as low as you feel comfortable, and then pushing back up. So if your heels lift off the floor, that's fine, but we're going to do 6 of those. So actually the breath goes breathing in to go down, breathing out to push back up. So inhale and exhale. So if you don't have the armrests and you're holding onto the chair, you want to make sure you're leaning your weight forward and then bending the elbows and then coming back up. Again, I'm doing it on the armrest because it's a little bit noisy. Let's do another 3 more. So as you go down, try not to drop your head down as you go. Look up in front of you and then go as low as the body will let you. Even if it's a centimeter, 2 more. 1 and back. 2 and back. Last 1 and back. And let go of the chair, come up and circle those wrists. Getting a nice bit of release there, circling in one direction and then circling in the other direction, and just give it a good shake. Let's finish up with some stretches, okay? So, there's many areas. If you're not very flexible, you might find putting your foot on the part you pop your bum on is a lot easier to stretch. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can come up onto the armrest. Or if you want an even bigger challenge and you are quite flexible, you can try putting your foot onto the back of the chair. For our purposes, seeing as the chair is already in this position, we'll just stretch with one foot on that part of the chair. Okay, so again, if you have the wall for support or another chair and you need the support, you're more than welcome to use it. Otherwise, resting the foot onto the chair, push your bottom backwards and then just walking forward. You can hold onto the chair in front of you, stretching the back of the thigh, breathing into it, and then slowly coming up and release over to the other side. Lift up through the chest, sighing forward. Again, you can use the chair for support. Breathing into the stretch. And then slowly coming up and giving those arms a good shake. Thank you very much for joining me for Chair Pilates. I hope it's been useful. If you have any questions that you weren't able to ask during the session, you're more than welcome to go to my profile page and I'll answer it as soon as I can. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time.